Start recording again. So I'm first gonna tell you the system that I do. As I find it. I swear I'm usually really organized before I get on these calls. I don't know what's happening. Okay, I guess I'm not going to show you, I'm just going to tell you because I don't want to keep wasting your guys' time. So I have a system that I follow. When I add people to all the way through what I do with them. So it starts with when I add new people. And if you're a new coach, maybe you haven't really started growing your network yet and you're just kind of talking to people who are already your Facebook friends or already your Instagram friends. But so my system is that, so I add somebody and then I put them, say I'm using Google Sheets, I'll put them in Google Sheets, the date I added them, and I will add anywhere from, now I do 20 people a day, but when I was first starting, I added 3 to 5 people a day. So I'll say I'm adding 3 people, add 3 people, put the date that I added them. My next step after adding is to like and comment on something on their page to start showing up with them, and so for them to see my name, and maybe we'll start showing up on each other's news feeds. And I do that 2 days after I've sent a friend request. So I go, and if they didn't accept my friend request, then I'll just cancel the request and delete them off of my sheet. If they did accept my friend request, I'll like and comment something on their page. In everything that I do, there are 2 days in between to kind of give time. And so this whole thing is a week's time. So add 2 days later, I'll like and comment on their page. Another 2 days later, I'll like and comment something again on their page. And you can like stuff, but the most important thing is the comment. The more you comment on somebody's post, the more you start to show up in each other's newsfeed, and Facebook kind of views you as friends. So there's 2 like and comments. And then 2 days later, I'll connect with them. I'll find something that we have in common on their Facebook. Maybe they went on vacation. I'm going to be traveling soon. Maybe they're a mom and they live in the Oshkosh area. Maybe they've posted about the Today Show. I'm obsessed with the Today, something that we have in common, some common ground, and I'll connect with them on that. And I'll ask the question. Whenever I'm connecting people, I like to end with a question, so it's not just compliment them and they don't need to respond back. And then 2 days later, I'll have a conversation with them, and then 2 days later, I'll connect with them some more. Maybe I'll start asking about oh, what do you do for work? Do you guys travel a lot? Do you guys do anything with the family on the weekend? Are your kids in any sports? I'll start asking more questions about their life. What does a typical day look like? I won't straight up just be like, oh, tell me about your day. What does your day look like from start to finish? I don't just jump into that. But so I'll try to ask questions and share a little bit about my life, because the more you share about your life, then they're kind of a little more to open up about their own life. And then 2 days later, if I feel the time is right and I'm okay, we've connected enough, this kind of feels right, then I'm going to invite them to join me. Whether it's a free group, a challenge group, or maybe I feel like coaching would be a good fit for them. So add, like and comment, connect, invite. And then, maybe you'll be like, oh yeah, that's something I'd be interested. Go ahead and send me some more information. I'll give them information. We'll talk about it. And maybe they're like, oh yeah, let me talk to my husband, or yeah, this is something I'd definitely be interested in, or maybe they don't get back to me. And so in the next step, 2 days later, I'm going to follow up with them. Maybe like, hey, I never heard back from you the other day. You seemed super excited to reach X, Y, and Z fitness goals. Is this something you're still interested in? Super simple follow-up. And then if it doesn't really go anywhere, they don't sign up, they're still not too sure, then 2 days later I'm going to do a second follow-up. And I don't always do a second follow-up, depending on what the conversation is like and depending on how interested they are. But then either they're going to sign up, or they'll be like, oh, I'm going to have to wait until next month, or they're going to kind of fall off, which then I'm going to put them back in my cycle, and 90 days later I'm going to kind of start the process over. And so this is where tracking comes in. So I have all of that tracked on, say, Google Sheets, but then I'm going to put them in like my calendar on my phone. I like to use Google Calendar because, you know, if your phone blows up or it's thrown off a cliff or I don't know, whatever, then you always have your Google Calendar to fall back on, what you can get on your computer. So it's important to, one, have a system. Ever since I started that, that's when I started using this system, is when I started hitting Success Club 10 every single month, and I've hit it for over a year now. But then what I found was, okay, I'm using Google Sheets, and yeah, I have the startup process that goes really well, but then I'm like forgetting to get back to these people, or I don't always put them in my calendar to follow up with again in 90 days or whatever. So I was watching YouTube videos on Asana and also Google Streak. So I'm going to kind of show you Asana. And if you want to pull it up and try to follow along on your own, you can go to, I think it's just Asana, asana.com. You don't have to by any means. I'm going to share my screen, so if you just want to watch and then decide later if you want to use it or not. I just want you guys to have something or somewhere to start tracking your conversations. Because like I said, maybe you're not really adding people yet and you're starting to dig into your warm market. And when I say warm market, I mean people that you already know and they already like and trust you kind of thing. Let's see. Hopefully I don't cut out on the back again. While this is loading, does anyone have any questions about any of that so far? I know I usually have a visual that I'll show you, and I literally can't find it. I'm really sorry. I know Jamie's like looking at me. I'm a disaster right now. Okay. I'm going to screen share, and if this starts being slow, then I'm going to stop because I really don't want to waste your guys' time. Jamie, can you see my screen? So I went to Asana and it made me like verify my email or something, so I'm going to get started. I'm going to try to get started.
I think you have to put in your email right there.
Can you see something that I can't?
Right before the get started box.
It's ready. They've already met. Okay, here we go. So create an account with your email address and everything and log in. And so I just named it like my business, Beachbody Coach. So you can name it whatever. But that's what I did with Beachbody Coach. And this is free. Okay. And so this is kind of like, I don't really have anything. Like I do have some stuff, but this is like what it looks like with nothing. And so I'm gonna try to delete all of this stuff and then just go through it all with you. so you can literally see what I'm going to do. Because I'm going to start using Asana, and I'm literally going to set it up right in front of you guys and show you exactly how I'm going to do it. So you can choose to use it, or if you're new and you're like, this is just too much, I just want to use pen and paper, or just kind of start at a slower pace, whatever is fine. Okay, so I deleted all of those. And so I have this thing, and there's nothing in it right now. So I'm going to add a project. In this, so when I was telling you about my system before, like connected, like I connected with someone, that's going to be a project. So I'm just going to say new friend. So when I add a new person to my social media, I'm going to put them under this column, new friend. I'm going to make it public. Because no one can see it right now, but say I decide to get an assistant again, then if I have it public, then they'll be able to come in here and do stuff for me. So new friend, I'm going to add another project for another list, and these ones are going to be connected. So say I friended them, I liked and commented on a few things, and now I want to connect with them. So they're going to go in here. And then I'm going to do connect a second time, just so I'm moving people in stuff. And then I'm going to do invite. And I'm going to add another project, and I'm going to do follow up. And do another one, and I'm going to title it sent link. So say they were interested, and I sent them the link to sign up. And then I'm going to add a couple more. So I'm going to do enrolled. Or no, I'm going to do challengers. Current challengers, so that I know who I'm currently working with. And then I'm going to do previous challengers. So after someone's gone through a challenge group, then I'll move them into this previous challengers box, so I can make sure I'm connecting or keeping in touch with my past customers as well. And then I'll just do like PS coaches. Okay. So here are all of my projects, if you will. Let's just go to PS coaches. Now I'm going to add a task. And so a task is like a person. So I'm going to just add Kelsey Norgal. It's one of my PS coaches. Description. Emerald coach. Left leg. And then down here, I could, down here where it says comment, say I'm talking to someone, down here I could write like, okay, we connected on, Kelsey played rugby at UWO, I also played rugby at UWO, as if Kelsey were like a prospect or someone that I'm, a new friend that I'm talking to. We talked about our dogs, or, kind of leave notes for myself so I know what we connected on, and maybe she's interested in coaching. You can write all of that stuff right here so that you have notes to look back on. Do not ever click this check mark, because if you do, I'm not really sure why it's there, but it like deletes the person. Like, okay, this task is done and completed with, they're gone now. And okay, then you can also come in here and click a due date. So say I talked to Kelsey, we connected today, and I invited her. I want to follow up 2 days later. So I have this due date in here, Friday. And let's see, what else do I maybe want to do? So Friday, And then I'm going to tag something. So I'm going to tag that we are talking on Facebook. And then I want to pick a color. So I know up here that we talked on Facebook. She's interested in coaching. Oops. That's the color. And hot, meaning like she's super interested. So this is like a hot lead. So I know that, okay, I really want to get back to this girl because she's really interested in coaching. She's a hot lead. So then on Friday, if I were to come in here and, I'm going through all of my projects, it's going to come up and it's going to have it's going to say that it's green. So let's pretend that we're on Friday. This is Friday. Whoops, one person. So it's been 2 days and I come back in here and now it tells me today that I have a reminder or a due date to connect with this person. So I'm going to come here. I know she's on Facebook, that she's interested in coaching. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to check our previous stuff. And these you can delete. This just reminds you things that you added to this person. Okay. And then let's say that sorry, I don't know why I can't see my computer screen now, but I'm I would also like to remind you that I just learned this today. But so, oh, here it is. Okay. Okay. So she's under PS Coach, but pretend she's under new friend right now, or we just connected. Well, now we've talked, and I'm gonna send her the link. So I sent her the link, and so now I'm gonna go to sent link, and now she's under sent link. So you can move them to whatever step you're on next, and then that way it's organized. You know who you're talking to, what you're talking to them about. And I know I kind of flew through this, but I really just want to give you an idea of some way to start tracking your business. So again, this is called Asana, and you don't have to do it this way. If you just want to start, you're just starting to connect with people, then you can just have 2 categories, you're connecting with people and you're inviting them to challenge groups. Or maybe you have 3 categories and your third categories that they signed up, and so now they're a challenger in your challenge group or something. And then the other thing I do have pulled up to show you is if you want to track how many things you're sending. Okay, come on. It's pissing me off. Sorry if Marley's around. I can't see right now. Here we go. Okay, so this I have in Google Sheets, and this, when I was in a push group, we filled this thing out every week, and we would track over here how many things we did. Okay, I sent this many invites this week, and I have this many people signed up. So, and then we would do that throughout the month, and so it was okay, I know that if I sent roughly this many invites and I hit Success Club, whatever, so maybe I bump it up a little. Or I sent this many, and okay, I'm feeling really good and comfortable at where I'm at. So you can track your stuff that way too, and maybe use pen and paper. But this is more of a list to go off. Okay, I did my workout today. I drank my Shakeology. Maybe not everyone does affirmations, but I did 10 to 15 minutes of personal development. I'm going to check that off. I added people to my network. I posted on social media. I liked and commented on people's stuff. So I wasn't just scrolling for no reason. I personal messaged people and connected with them, 3 to 5, kind of thing. So this is just a list that you can go off of until it kind of becomes a habit. And if anyone's interested, I'm happy to share this with you. I'm losing my voice. I know I went through that super fast. And I was gonna show you Google Streak, but my internet is being like whack right now. So I'll post a YouTube video showing you in case you are interested in something else. If you have Gmail and Google Chrome, you need to use Google Streak. I'll post this just like an 11-minute video to teach you how to use that. But did that kind of help with like how you should be tracking a little bit? Do you have like a little like, okay, I think I can start doing this? And even if you just start on pen and paper, that's totally fine too, but having some sort of system. Does anyone have any questions at all? Like about, even if it's not about tracking, like anything that, any roadblocks that you're hitting? Kelsey, go ahead.
Okay. With Asana, do you have to, so anytime you like do a step with them, you have to manually move them to a new project folder? Does it automatically do it? Like if you like with Teams, you like clicked off like, yep, I talked to them. This one you have to like physically move the name to different places?
Yeah, so you just click on that one. Let me go back and look at it again, sorry. I don't want to open a new tab. Yeah, so you'll click on, so say I'm going into this U again, and I'll click on where up here it says, like on the top, like above the name, it'll say like the category that they're in. So right now I'm clicked add. There's like a X or a plus symbol. You just do the plus symbol, and then you can click on one of the other projects to move them to, and then I'll like click the X on the other one to say that I moved you out of that one, so that you're just in one category. Does that make sense?
Okay. So can the same person be then in, so the same person can't be in multiple categories, or can they?
You can, but I don't think you should have them in multiple categories.
But so you have to like manually remove them from one and add them to another. You can't just like add them to another one, otherwise they'll be in two different categories.
Right, and I think this is new because the training video that I watched did it a different way, which is why I was confused. But yeah, so as of the way that it looks right now is you have to manually take them out and then add them into the other one.
Okay.
One thing, I just want to kind of weigh some pros and cons. One, I always work from my laptop unless I'm traveling, which is, I really like using Google Sheets because I have the app on my phone. And so if I am traveling, I can kind of do a little stuff here and there. Jamie, do you know if you can get Asana like on your phone? You can? Okay, so then I like that then because like I'm going to be traveling a lot in the next couple of months. And so I always work from my laptop unless I can't do that.
You don't have to delete them and add them to the next group. If you can just change it with the little pencil. I've used Asana like a little bit, but it never like was long term.
I don't see a pencil.
What was that?
I don't have a pencil on mine.
Let me screen share. I never remember how to do this. You can see this?
Yes.
Okay. So like right here, you just like this, and then it can pick a new one.
Do that again.
So this is my category it's in.
Okay.
This, you just like hover over it, and then there's a pencil, and then just move them, and it'll just move them instead of.
Yeah, mine's not like that.
Oh, well, it must have changed because I've had this forever, but.
Yeah, I think this must be like definitely a new thing, because that's how it was when I watched the training on it earlier today, was that it automatically did. But and then also with like Instagram, first of all, if you're not on Instagram, get on Instagram. I don't know really what I'm doing with it yet as far as like business things, but I am getting on it because my corporate rep told me to. And you know, like you can either have the same category or you can make a tag like I did with Kelsey, like on Facebook. You can make a tag with her on Instagram so you can track your business with both Facebook and Instagram on there. Jamie's going to be doing a training on Instagram coming up. If you don't follow Jamie on Instagram, or at least go check out her page, she's really kind of killing it with like her look on it right now. You guys have any questions? I feel like this is a really bad call, but tracking is like literally, if you are not tracking your business, you don't have a business. So this is really important, and I should have been more prepared for this call. You guys are all looking at me like, get off this call. Okay. All right. If you do have any questions, ask. Otherwise, make sure you're on Team Cup team. Get your team on a Team Cup team. I know Courtney and Megan both are looking to join a team, so if you have any coaches that aren't, get them on a team, and we'll see you guys next week. Bye. Have a good night.